Hey everyone, it's Monday morning, November 25th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Çela. Since it's Monday, that means it's time to look ahead at the key events shaping markets this week. From inflation numbers to Black Friday shopping and some interesting moves in oil, we've got a lot to cover. So, let's dive in. Before we begin, a quick note. Today's episode is sponsored by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. For tailored investment solutions and top-quality mutual funds, visit amf-capital.de. First up, we've got U.S. inflation data coming in on Wednesday. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, basically the Fed's favorite way to measure inflation, is expected to show a 2.3% annual increase for October. This is the last PCE report before the Fed meets in December, and it's going to play a big role in shaping their next move. Right now, the market's pretty split. Will we get another 25 basis point cut, or will the Fed hold off? Stubborn inflation data has made them cautious lately, and with the incoming Trump administration, inflation expectations could rise even further. Let's see how this shakes out. Next, let's talk about the start of the holiday shopping season. Black Friday kicks off this week, and investors will be watching closely to see how consumers are holding up with higher prices. Retail earnings have already given us mixed signals. Walmart raised its outlook last week, showing some optimism, while Target came in below expectations, which sent their stock tumbling. This week, we'll hear from Best Buy, Macy's, Nordstrom, and Urban Outfitters. Their results should give us a clearer picture of how the retail sector is navigating this tricky environment. Now, the so-called Trump trade is still driving a lot of market activity. Bitcoin is nearing the $100,000 mark. It's up 50% since early October as markets have leaned into Trump's expected policies. The dollar is also up, gaining 3.6% recently, while clean energy stocks, one of Trump's targets, are down nearly 14%. But there's a catch. Concerns about stock valuations and geopolitical risks could slow this rally. So while the momentum is still there, resistance to these trades might be building. Let's move on to oil. Prices rose about 1% on Friday, closing at their highest level in 2 weeks. Both Brent and WTI logged weekly gains of around 6%, largely due to escalating tensions in Ukraine. China also announced measures to boost trade, including support for energy imports, as they brace for potential tariffs from the Trump administration. With geopolitical risks and policy shifts in play, oil prices are likely to stay volatile. And finally, we've got Eurozone inflation data coming on Friday. Inflation bounced back to 2% in October, but concerns remain. Business activity in the region has dropped sharply, and manufacturing continues to struggle. The ECB has already cut rates 3 times this year, and another 25 basis point cut is expected in December. Meanwhile, Standard & Poor's is reviewing France's credit rating after recent downgrades from Fitch and Moody's. So, there's plenty happening in Europe to keep an eye on. And that's your quick look at the week ahead. From U.S. inflation data to Black Friday sales, Bitcoin's rally, and Eurozone updates, it's shaping up to be another eventful week in the markets. Thanks for tuning in to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm Endrit Çela, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning, bright and early, with a brand new episode. Have a great day, everyone!